pendulum trap from Saw 5. So this is another one of the unwinnable ones, but this time Hoffman came up with it. Game over. If it's unwinnable, there's no way, that I would be dead. Plus, it's so scary to think that there's just this huge mechanic scythe-like thing just swinging down and waiting to tear your guts out. Water cubicle from Saw 5. I feel like this one would also be game over for me because I am not as smart as Agent Strom. He decides to take a pen from his pocket and stab himself in the neck so he can breathe. I would not think of that. If I could think of that, I would probably do it. I would probably never think of that. I am not as smart as he is, so I would just straight up drown. Shotgun chair from Saw 5. Okay. This one was just a test of, like, luck, but not in a good way, so I'm not even going to put it in on surviving pure luck. I'm going to put that in You Call That a Test, because it didn't kill Hoffman, nothing came out of it, so you'd easily survive, because there's nothing in it. Necktie trap from Saw 5. I'm going to put this in surviving on pure luck. If I can get the people to work together, we would probably survive. However, everybody in this movie is incredibly selfish and they go for the key first, thereby pulling the others back into the razors that decapitate them. So, it depends on what kind of people I'm surrounded by. If they're nice people, then we can work together and survive, but if they're selfish people, then I die. Ceiling jars. I don't really remember this one, to be fair. I think it was the one where you had to, like, just knock down the jars and try and find the key. I can't remember properly, but you can fit in the holes in the wall, and I thought that was pretty obvious that more than one person can fit, so I would just crawl into a hole with another person. Electric bathtub from Saw 5. I am going to also put that in You Call That a Test, just because there are multiple straps that wire up to the electrical bath, so it would thereby indicate that there's obviously need for multiple people to strap themselves into the electric bathtub and get a survivable shock, but these people are selfish and they just shock one person. 10 pints of sacrifice. No, kill me now. Absolutely not. You cannot pay me any type of money to stick my hands in some mechanical razor saw compartment thing and expect me to shed 10 pints, well, 5 pints of blood with another person. Nah, it's literally, I could not put myself through that. That'd be hell. Glass coffin from Saw 5. I would probably put that in You Call That a Test. Despite how smart I said Agent Strom was earlier, he wasn't smart in this situation. He didn't even finish Jigsaw's tape. I feel like I wouldn't pause the tape. There's no chance that I would pause it. So I would listen to the whole thing and I would get in the coffin and survive, rather than being squished to death. Pound of flesh, Saw 6. Kill me now. It's the same as the 10 pints of blood. There's no way you can make me chop off or mutilate my body part. I could not chop off my own arm. Ugh. I probably couldn't even cut off my belly fat. I can't cut off any part of my body, no way. Oxygen crusher, Saw 6. I'm very good at holding my breath. I feel like I can survive this. I can hold my breath longer than the average person. Plus, if I was placed with a smoker, I feel like I could definitely hold my breath longer. So yeah, I wouldn't really call that a test. I'd just call that putting my swimming lessons to good use. The gallows from Saw 6. So this is the one where William Easton has 2 colleagues from his work walking on a plank, and one of the planks have to drop and that person has to hang. I'm putting this on surviving pure luck. I don't do anything. I just stand there and I wait for the person to choose whoever they think should survive. If they choose me, okay. If they don't, I die. So it's just luck. Steam maze from Saw 6. I'm going to put that on Forever Scarred. Steam burns won't be as bad as cutting off body parts. That would be easier to overcome. Plus I have somebody helping me. But if we're counting the end part where I have to cut the key out of William, that part alone would be surviving on pure luck, because again, it's another brawl. Shotgun carousel, Saw 6. I'm putting this also on surviving on pure luck, because again, not my decision to make. There is... oh, can't do maths. There is literally a 33% chance of surviving. William Easton has to choose 2 out of 6 people to live, and the other 4 have to die. Acid room from Saw 6. I'm also going to put that on surviving on pure luck. It's not my decision to make once again. Saw 6 is just basically other people making decisions for them. There's not really anything that person has to do for themselves other than the oxygen crusher. I'm sorry if this gets kind of boring, but I'm going to be putting pretty much all of the traps from Saw 6 into surviving on pure luck. apart from the bear trap 2.0, which I'm going to put in game over, because Jill Tuck made sure that Hoffman could not get out of his trap, whatever. But Hoffman's smart, and he placed his bear trap between two metal bars and stopped his face from getting ripped open. I wouldn't be able to think of that, and I don't think I could physically break my hand to free it of its restraint. It's pretty much impossible for me, no thank you. Public execution from Saw 3D. I'm going to also put that in surviving on pure luck. I'm going to talk as if I was one of the boys who had to push the saw into each other or let their girlfriend drop onto it. It's just a matter of strength. If I'm up against a really muscly man, I'm done for. But if I'm up against somebody who's not very strong, I would probably win. So yeah, matter on pure luck. I know that I'm repeating myself, but there's literally no other way to say it. If they're stronger, they're stronger. Pain train. I was confused on which one this one was first, but it's the one in Jill's dream where Hoffman sets off the pain train and she can't do anything about it. I think I'm going to put that in game over because there's no way to get out of it. If that trap was real, there's no way to get out of it. You just have to wait there and accept your fate. So it's not really a game, it's just an execution. Horsepower trap from Saw 3D. Kill me now. I'm gonna speak as if I was Evan, the guy who had to rip his back off the seat. I wouldn't be able to do that, probably. I only got 30 seconds. I can't get off a seat with my back super glued to it in 30 seconds. Are you mad? Lawnmower trap from Saw 3D. This is surviving on pure luck for sure. Again, it's just another matter of strength. You're placed over a bunch of lawnmowers and you have to make the other person fall into it. Depends how strong the other person is. Suspended cage from Saw 3D. Again, I was confused on which one this one was, but it was the one where Bobby had to avoid all of the spikes while he descended onto the ground from his cage. You call that a test, honestly? I think I could easily survive those. Even if I did fall on them, I think they're survivable. I think. Silence circle from Saw 3D. That was probably one of the hardest traps to watch. It was the one where Bobby had to pull out a fish hook from Nina's stomach with the key on it. If I was Nina, I would probably scream, but I wouldn't be screaming as much as she did. For all of you criticizing her, just stop it, but I feel like I wouldn't scream that much. I would just be like sobbing. I would tell Bobby to just get it over with, mate. Impalement wheel. I think I'm going to put this one in surviving on pure luck. It depends how strong the opponent is, if he can do calf races. I'm just there, helpless. There's a fly in my room. Don't go into my shower cap. No, I would have to purely rely on somebody else once again. So it's just luck, I'm afraid. No, the hangman noose from Saw 3D. I would put that in kill me now. If I can't see what's going on, I would just be in an outright panic and probably fall to my death. And I think Bobby only had a minute or 30 seconds. I think he had 30 seconds. But I wouldn't be able to follow the instructions clearly because I would be panicking and I would be just like crying instead of actually listening to him because I'm a huge wimp. Ooh, wisdom teeth from Saw 3D, forever scarred. I hate anything teeth-wise. I've had toothache and that's nothing compared to what Bobby has to do here. He has to yank out two of his teeth to find the combination. I would be able to do it, but I would not be able to live properly for years. I would just be like, well, actually I think it's more of a short-term thing because the pain would heal over time. So yeah, that in there. Brazen Bull, game over. This trap is just bullshit. The fact that she got put in there, so unfair. There's actually no way to beat it because turns out the muscles in your chest can't support your body weight, so there's no way for you to win because it's impossible. It's so unfair. Justice for Joyce. Sentry gun trap from Saw 3D. What is this? Oh right, the one that Hoffman put in for the police officers. Yeah, it wasn't a trap, it was just an execution once again, as well as the cyanide box. So I'm going to put them both in game over. Bear trap 3.0. I'm putting that also in game over because it's another unwinnable trap by Hoffman, and he stays there and watches Jill to make sure she actually dies instead of her leaving him alone to his own devices and seeing whether he survives or not. But he actually stuck around to make sure she was dead. So even if the bear trap malfunctioned, he would probably still kill her. Go away. Okay, we're moving on to Jigsaw, the bucket room. You call that test seriously? It said shed any amount of blood. I cannot stress this enough. The twist was so stupid because you could easily tell he survived. Shed any amount of blood for your freedom. Well, obviously you're getting pulled into a bunch of saws, so you're going to have to shed some blood whether you want to or not. So you're going to survive. Chain hangers from Jigsaw. I'm going to also put that in You Call That a Test, because there's this huge loophole that you can stick all the injections into somebody and get free. But I probably wouldn't be the one to do that. I'm going to have to let somebody else do that because I do not want to kill someone. The grain silo trap from Jigsaw. I'm going to put that in Surviving on Pure Luck. If somebody had the willpower like Ryan to cut off his own leg, I would survive. But if they didn't have the willpower, I would die. Purely depends on the willpower of the person involved. The cycle trap from Jigsaw. I'm going to put that in Surviving on Pure Luck as well. If the person, Anna, for instance, had an idea to stick a metal rod into the motorbike to stop the trap from whirring, I would just press the brake then and there, but Mitch didn't and he died. But if Anna didn't think of that, I'd be mincemeat. Shotgun keys, Jigsaw. Surviving on Pure Luck. If you really, really take into account what Jigsaw says, he says you've got it backwards, and he holds up the bullet that says this is your key to freedom. He takes his words very literally, but I feel like I wouldn't be able to and I'd probably die. But if my partner somehow managed to deduce what he was saying, then we would survive. Laser collars from Jigsaw. I'm going to speak from Halloran's point of view and say game over. This trap is unwinnable because the person involved in the trap is the Jigsaw killer, and he would make sure that I die no matter what. It's unwinnable, for sure. We're moving on to Spiral, aka Saw 9. The subway trap. Ooh, forever scarred. It's one of those quick and easy traps that can be just done like that if you muster up the willpower. Unlike chopping off a limb or draining lots of blood, you just have to step off of a ladder to rip your tongue out. I don't even know if you can survive having your tongue ripped out, but we never got to find out. But I would just step off the ladder, get it over with, and be forever scarred. Finger trap from Spiral. No, kill me now. I probably wouldn't be able to do that because it's so drawn out. I couldn't, no, thank you. I wouldn't be able to do it for that long. If it's one of those quick traps that you can just stab your eyes out really, really quickly, then fine, but I can't do the ones that are really long and drawn out because so much pain, I would just want to die. Oh my god. Wax trap from Spiral, kill me now. I wouldn't be able to muster up the strength to paralyze myself from the neck down. That's just wrong. I wouldn't be able to do it. And she did it anyway, but she still suffocates. So in a way you could say this trap's unbeatable, but no. I wouldn't even attempt to go through with it. I would just want to die. Glass grinder. So this one relies on another person in order for you to succeed, so surviving on pure luck. If Zeke was faster, Pete would have probably survived, but he wasn't, so he didn't. Marcus Banks test. So this one, you couldn't do anything about it. You could just sit there, let the other people decide your decisions for you, and then all of a sudden you're rigged up like a puppet, looking like you're about to shoot down a whole police squad, so obviously you're gonna die. So I am going to put that in game over. I Vacuum from Saw X, aka my favourite Saw movie. No, anything to do with eyes just gets me so bad. Kill me now. Now that I think about it, oh no. I'm going to put the eye vacuum thing in Forever Scarred because it's one of those things you can easily get over with. You can break all 5 of your fingers at once just by turning that little knob thingy all the way at once to just break all 5 of your fingers. Did you hear that? Pipe bomb trap from Saw X. Ooh, no. I feel like I could do it, but it would take more willpower than anything else I've had on Forever Scarred, for sure. And it's a drawn out process, so it just ever so slightly nudges it into Kill Me Now, but not enough. Wire saw trap from Saw X. Nah, that one goes in Kill Me Now. I could not sever my own leg with a wire. Are you having a laugh? And to go even further and stick a friggin' suction vacuum into your leg to suck out the marrow. Even though she almost goes through with it and she kind of like dilly-dallied during the first minute, even if I went all out from start to finish, I would rather die. I couldn't put myself through that because it's another one of those drawn out traps that it's just pure torture. Brain surgery from Saw X. Nah, Kill Me Now. Anything to do with the brain or exposed organs just gets to me in a way I don't even know how to explain. I can't even gather the thought of my brain touching my skull. It makes me cringe. No, I can't. It would be so... The nerves The nerves in the brain. Oh, it's making me sick just thinking about it. Radiation trap from Saw X. Forever scarred. I feel like breaking bones is a lot easier than chopping off body parts, in my opinion. So I think I could go through it, but I would, again, be forever scarred because I'd be breaking my hand and my foot. Doesn't sound like a very good time. The bloodboarding trap from Saw X. I'm going to put this in Surviving on Pure Luck because that little boy, he was so pure-hearted, but you don't really get many people like that in this world. So you'll probably die, and I am the one to probably sacrifice myself instead of a child because they've got more of a life to live. And I couldn't live with myself if I didn't do anything about it. So I'd probably take the heat myself. But if the other person on the trap is very, very pure-hearted, then I might have a chance at surviving just like they did. The gas chamber from Saw X. This depends on another person's strength for your success, so surviving on pure luck. It's another brawl. It's not really a trap, it's more of a fight with a fight for a little whole space, like air space. Last one, the disembowelment trap. So this one didn't really have a tape or an explanation as to what he had to do in order to survive. So I'm going to put that in Surviving on Pure Luck because it depends on what Henry had to do in order to survive. I don't even know if he had to do anything because Hoffman and Jigsaw were both there and the trap started up without them saying anything, so I'm just guessing they just killed him, even though that goes against the Jigsaw MO. And that's it. That is the entire tier list. I hope you like this video. My throat really, really hurts. I'm going on holiday in a couple of days, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to edit this in time. By the time this video gets out, I will probably either be on holiday or be back from holiday, so I'm going to try my best to upload as many videos as I can because I love doing it. And I've got loads of time now because it's summer break. And I don't go to university until September. Thank you guys so much for watching and thank you for the love I got on the last video. It really, really means a lot to me. I love all of you guys and I hope you have an amazing day. Let me know what kind of videos you might like to see in the future. I love you guys. Bye!